Alrighty, let's go with the NTI Townsville 500 Saturday press conference. And wicked race, this one, really entertaining end. Shane van Gisbergen chasing down Will Davison for the win, and Cam Waters chasing down Andre Heimgartner to be on the podium. Heard a lot of positivity, Shane, when you got out of that car about how much you enjoyed the fight and that battle at the end. Can you just elaborate on what those last few laps were like trying to chase down Will?
Yeah, I think we showed the gap to the field, 20 seconds, we were really pushing, and I could see Davo's lines when I caught him in the first stint, and then in the last stint as well, turn 3 and turn 11, maybe something I can try tomorrow, but yeah, we were really pushing hard, and I guess the offset in the tyres is what won us the race, but otherwise we were pretty evenly matched.
The information coming from Andrew Edwards, your engineer, was quite interesting to listen to. You're always getting the opposition lap times when you're crossing over. How helpful was that in the search for Will's car at the end of that race?
Yeah, so that just told me what lap time to do. So I come out and they said, oh, it's 18 seconds or something. Stupid amount, but then, I just wanted to know Will's lap time every lap, and I just drove to be 8 tenths. I aimed to be 8 tenths quicker, and I wanted to get there within 5 laps. So, got there with 5 or 4 laps to go, and target was perfect.
Were you expecting a fight when you got there?
Yeah.
And he gave it to you. What was it didn't last long, but it was epic when it was the one sector that we got. Your point of view of making that move stick?
Yeah, it's cool, but it's a bit unfair when its tyres are so much older. But it was still a cool feeling. But yeah, I think it was a bit of pain for us in the middle stint. We put ourselves in the wrong bit and we ran pretty long. So when Andrew was telling me they're doing 14s and I'm doing 16s, it was a bit of pain there for a few laps. But it certainly feels good at the end when you got better tyres.
How was your start?
Yeah, it's good. Only lost 1 spot.
Shootout was cool.
Yeah, I was good and bad. I'm happy, but I'm not. That's what you got to do around here, but I couldn't get the tyre to switch on and just drove poorly. But my car is so fast, but it's hard to drive. So probably need to detune it so I can be smoother and more accurate tomorrow, and hopefully still be up the front. So, but yeah, looking at everyone's laps, there was a few guys who were pretty wild, and Cam's lap was really good for an old tyre. So we can definitely be better.
We heard you quite vocal through the middle of the race saying that you were a bit unhappy with the balance of the car.
Yep.
What's that code for?
Well, we put ourselves on a full tank behind Andre, who's pretty good this weekend, on the same tyre, and he was gaining 3 or 4 car lengths down the straight because he's so light on fuel. So I just got stuck behind him, really, and the tyre just overheats, and yeah, the hard tyre is not very good, as we all know. And then as soon as I got past him, he got tripped up by Reynolds. The tyre cools down a bit and I was fine, but probably just got the strategy a little bit wrong there.
You reckon we'll see many different strategies tomorrow, or be similar to today?
Nah, it's pretty simple. Hard, soft.
Yep. Cool, man. Good job.
Thanks.
William, awesome race. Good stuff from your boys, and you gave that absolutely everything. Talk us through the battle in that last sort of closing laps.
It was a good fun race. Enjoyed the battle. I've missed these 250s like that without a safety car is pretty full on. The old time trial race, hearing times, managing weird gaps, hearing 20 plus seconds, but knowing it's all going to come down to the last 3 or 4 laps is a very tricky one to manage. But we just, ran our own race. It was quite confusing, your race. You don't know sort of who's who. Trying to keep, time trial, trying to keep your pace up and coming up on cars that are a lap down or have maybe started on the super soft, and very easy to overheat your tyres, and you're just constantly trying to just be consistent and minimise mistakes. But I think we all had our run-ins with certain cars on different strategies and maybe a lap down, and a few areas we certainly lost a little bit of time at the end of my second stint. It's pretty tough out there. It's very low grip, hitting the curbs really hard on the cars, but you're just trying to minimise errors. We came in very aggressive, very early, which, we had a crack. We were covering Chaz. Love's coming in early, he does. So we just didn't want him to undercut us. So really that drew our strategy to what it was, and we nearly hung on, but not quite.
So if Chaz didn't pit when he pitted, you would have gone a bit later and maybe had a bit left for the end of the fight?
Yeah, I think that was certainly the plan. So we'll go through everything tonight, obviously, and assess what we could have done different. But at the end of the day, I think the team did a good job. We've come a long way from last night. We weren't really competitive yesterday, but we had a really good car today and took a big step forward from yesterday. So fun fight, fun race, and yeah, not much more I can say. We'll have a crack tomorrow.
There's been plenty of chat about, you know, your future and what you might be doing next year and all that sort of stuff. Do you feel like personally you're driving as good as you've ever driven and the body feels as good as it's ever felt after 250Ks?
Yeah, no, feeling great, feeling awesome, and just constantly, as I always have the last 15 years, striving to be better. So I'm in a good team, great, amazing team, and yeah, helped me get the most out of myself. So I'm loving that at this age now, but I'm still feeling young at heart and still certainly trying to learn every race and get better every weekend. And yeah, we'll just do our talking on the track. I won't talk any more about that.
Last one from me on that. Is it your preference to have shell colours on that car next year for you?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You want to be right where you are next year?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Cam Waters, come on down. Awesome race from your point of view. And you had a heap of speed at the end. Just talk us through how good your car felt towards the end of that race.
Yeah, had a fair bit of speed at the end and nothing at the start. It was pretty bad at the start, but yeah, it was cool to, you know, hunt down Andre and pass him right at the end for the podium. Didn't really have much for these guys, but I think, you know, third was probably the maximum we could achieve today. So yeah, happy with that.
Another week and another different track. And again, the Tickford cars are quick. That consistency that a lot of people were questioning about your team last year. Are you really happy with where that's at this year?
Yeah, definitely made inroads on the consistency factor at different tracks. So that's really positive for us. But yeah, not super happy with the car today in the race. So it's good to, you know, run third and not be happy with the car. So we'll definitely put our heads together tonight and get it a little bit nicer. So hopefully we can get up the front and race these fellas.
20 seconds back from these two today. We saw last year you finished a lap off the pace and came back and won the following week. Can you guys make big gains overnight to come back and compete for a win?
Yep, I think we can. The car was pretty ordinary at the start of the race, so fix half of the issues and I think we'll be there with them.
All right, good job today. Well done, mate. And good luck for tomorrow. We'll open it up to the journos in the room.
Thank you. Shane, congratulations on the win. First question, how confident were you in the strategy to, you know, pit late and get the super softs on? Did you think you were going to have enough time to catch the leaders?
Yeah, it's something that's historically worked for us, but when I heard the gap of 18 seconds, it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. But I think when you're out there, you forget that you're doing 16s while they're doing 14s, so that gap blows out pretty quick. But yeah, I was gaining 8/10 a lap, managing to the end. So yeah, it seemed like a lot, but yeah, I had the faith.
We've seen you come back and, you know, roar home to victory a few times, but how special was this one in front of your dad today?
Yeah, it's awesome. He's always a good part of our team and always fun to have around when he comes to races. So yeah, missed having him at the track, and then, you know, just yeah, seeing him even last week, you know, was great. Been a year and a half, but yeah, to have a good result while he's here is really cool as well.
Just on the circuit, you think you've won 9 times here now. You're 3 off Jamie's record, and you've won 4 of the last 6. What is it that suits you about Reed Park?
I think it's the 888 cars. We're really good at braking and driving. So, you know, these short corners, they really suit us. And yeah, for years, 888's always been strong here, and I wasn't that good in other cars. And then as soon as I got in a 888 car here, I was fast. So the team's always been really good at preparing a car here, and a car that you can attack the curbs for 250 Ks. Like it's super hard on the cars here, and we're full gas every lap. The team does an awesome job.
Shane, nasty crash for the team boss today. Tony, I know he's a good friend of yours as well. It sounds like he's pretty banged up, which is not a good thing. He's in hospital at the moment. And your thoughts just on that and what you saw today?
Yeah, I didn't see too much of it, but yeah, obviously not good to hear that and hear that he got out of it okay. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a report later. I tried to not think about it, but yeah, it's obviously pretty sad to see that.
It's cool that he still loves racing though, hey? He still loves cars and still wants to be in them. Yeah,
and now he's got his grandson who's got a huge amount of talent, and he's coming up the ranks pretty quick. And I think it's reinvigorated him for circuit racing. I think he lost enthusiasm after the Oz GT stuff, but now seeing all the circuits he's got and his grandson and stuff, like it's pretty awesome to see him, you know, evergreen about it. So yeah, hopefully he's back in a car soon.
Yeah, we send him our best wishes to the hospital at the moment. Guys, thank you very much and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.